Hello, I just wanted to show off the progress that I've gotten so far in kind of basically rewriting the everyone vote stuff. So effectively, I've decided that this update will be the 3.0 update because there's so much stuff that's changing. The update numbers don't really matter all that much. They don't have much meaning other than the fact that, oh, this is a big update. But like the 2.0 update was me rewriting it in JavaScript from Lua. 2.5 was the switch to buttons. 3.0 will now be the new config menu and all that comes with that. So let's take a look at it. So Discord-wide poll and free response, you can edit individually. They have their own, role pings, threads, polls, result, style, whatever. And free response can also have completely separate things. So you'll notice that free response has all these configured options that are not configured in Discord-wide polls because they are completely separate now. They don't need to send at the same time. You could do whatever the hell you want with them. So what happens here is, well, I'll just show you real quick. So I'm just going to show you how the free responses are sent at 7 p.m., which is a 2-hour offset, and the dev role is pinged, threads will be created, then locked and closed. That is actually its own little thing here that has quite a few options. Effectively, you can tell it to create a thread, or you could just straight up disable it, but you could tell it to create some sort of thread. By the way, it doesn't show the button if it's not enabled already. And you could just tell it to do something after the next free response happens. So in this case, I want it to, let's actually just do create then delete, because create then lock, I think I could show you that it already worked, closed and locked right here. I didn't do that. I wouldn't fucking care to do that manually and lie to you all. But that works. So I'll show you the deletion part of it. And then free response will be pinned. All that's good. Cool. And then the next page will just be server-wide polls, which is its own Ko-Fi supporter thing. But you can still take a look at it and see like what the preview of the settings would be. And you can still look in each setting, kind of see what's going on in there and all that sort of stuff. But let's go check out the changes that we got. So save changes, you can exit. Basically the same exact config. But let's try out the new stuff. So I redid the new hour command. Now it says running hour 0, and that ran in 0.8 seconds to send it to all servers, which is just 2, but it works. So it sent the Discord-wide poll, but the free response poll has not been sent yet. In order for it to get sent, it needs to be new hour 2, because that's what we configured. So if I do that, if I don't get rate limited, oh, I've been sending way too many. I have to wait a minute before using another command. Why do I get rate limited by my own bot? All right, hold on. Let me restart the bot then. I could also at least show you that it is working after a restart. As you can see, it restarted. It automatically runs the current hour just to double check. And you could see that it actually saw that, oh, I missed hour 2 because I'm in hour 10 now and they still haven't received their free response. So I'll send that over to them. So we get a new thread. I still haven't been able to do the name yet. That'll be somewhat easy though. And we can look in that thread. It's all open and everything. And that's all good. But what if a new free response comes out? Well, we can run it again. And boom, thread is now deleted. That is because we configured that in the config settings, and we could tell it to instead close and lock it, or just leave it alone, or just close it, or just lock it right after the new free response sends. Now, it is currently a bug that it will delete on hour 0 for free responses, even though free responses technically don't have results, so there's no point to delete the thread. But for Discord-wide polls, this is actually a correct sort of functionality, because if you were to have a thread on one of these, the poll itself does not actually run past UTC midnight, because it's Discord wide. You have to close it at some point. So despite whatever the offset's going to be configured, it will always close the thread beforehand because that's when it ends. But I can show you that it does work for the Discord wide polls too. So I'll do close and lock, sure. And I'll save that change. I could exit and I could rerun the new hour. It'll create a new thread on it, which actually looks really good. I really like how this looks. Like if you're having one singular channel sort of daily poll stuff, this is a really good option because you could just vote here, be like option 1, then you go into the thread and be like, bro, option 1 claps, you know? And everyone can see you, and that's a really good area to actually put polls. And if you ever just want to have these like archive, you can. Or you can just straight up have the bot delete them and just never see them again, you know? But I'll show you that it does get closed and locked, so just remember this is open. But if I run it again, the thread has now been closed and locked, and a new one has been opened that is not closed and locked. The poll itself will actually show up in here, but it won't have the buttons because I guess that's how threads work. They don't bring the components with them, which makes sense, I guess. But I think it's pretty damn cool. So these options are independently configurable for both free responses, daily polls, and server polls, which I have not coded yet. I still need to get into that stuff. But I have been rewriting so much stuff with this bot that I am glad that this is all working. It's no longer using any of the old time loop stuff. Basically, all of the code has been converted to TypeScript and all that. But it's looking pretty damn good. I think so. So I've just been like making like polls like this. Sukadia.dev/hub for the Discord, by the way, if you ever want to chime in on these. But like just polls to kind of see like, okay, if I were to change some stuff like /results, even I personally, I kind of like being able to have it ephemeral because I don't want people to know that I'm like wondering who voted for what, you know? So I was wondering, you know, should I make it ephemeral only? Should I add an option to like make it ephemeral or not? You could like choose. But yeah, because /results, I was actually surprised. People actually wanted it to be not ephemeral, which means just an actual message, which I didn't know why, but you know, that's kind of what just resulted. But yeah, I am going to try to, you know, add features to anything that is possible that can use some touching up and everything. But for the most part, the bulk of this update is focused around the /config and how all of that has been completely rehauled. The only thing I still need to do with /config is add in the checks that it used to have again, because checks like, you know, the free response should have sent now, but if I, you know, set the send time to hour 0, it should tell me once I save the results, like, oh, by the way, it should have sent already today. Since you changed it, do you want it to send now? Like, stuff like that. And then permission checks, all that fun stuff. But it's going pretty well, I think so. But yeah, that's about it I have for now. I'm going to continue, like, working on it, but, you know, dev updates for all that sort of stuff. And, yeah, I appreciate you for stopping by. Bye.